So after the incidents with TJO, I decided to go ahead and search around the pugs. I done a few rounds, I done a few ops runs with different pugs, and I saw one guild, which is get my attention, and it's called Coral. Now, what do you need to know about Coral? Uh, I first off I entered and I was like, okay, these guys are looking good, but what do I need to know? And they interviewed me. I put it my permission in there, which I think I have it. So back in the day, I used to have these old stuffs on me. So I have a TXT for Coral, and I have the permission to, as you guys can see right now on the screen. So character name, gender, back in the day. So I was it was 5 years ago. Don't forget that. Country, activity schedule, pretty much every day. Uh, there was some Viking day, Guardian level 50, DPS for now, but I can change it to tank or damage dealer. Uh, I showed my skill tree, both of them. I used focus back in the day. Now I'm using vigilance, but I'm tempting to go back to focus. And uh, as you see right now, there is the question: what level are they? All 400. I mean, for the crew skills. Details of all recent MMO SWTOR experience, including character, guild names, etc. So this is what I put it. So I'm in a Sith Slayer guild now. I don't know what it is now. I don't remember that guild at all. It's an active guild, but it's not enough for me. We done some hard mode flashpoints and hard mode operations, but last week finally this guild defeated SWTOR. So I think that's not good enough for this. That's why Wednesday only. I don't know what it is. My English back in the day was much worse. Uh, what role do you wish to participate? I also got a level 47 healer. That was my second character. Obviously, I had Team Speak. Saw it in general chat. And why do you want? Because you guys like this game, like rating, and like Star Wars. So I pretty much went into a few runs. So I started to done a few stuffs with them, and sooner later or later I went into the main team. But at the beginning I was not in the main team. Obviously they wanted me to trial, so I went into a couple of nightmare SOA runs, and later the KP has been launched, so the last four bosses have been launched, and probably the fourth one when we started to struggle a bit more, but we managed to do it, and those are just some fun times what we done. And after that there was a lot of things are happening, but I'm just getting to the main points here. Basically, when there was lack of content between the Karagas Palace and explosive conflict between, I think it was the time when the Nova came, it was like 3 or 4 months when they released the second operation content. So a lot of people are quitted, but not that enough. But we still managed to do it on 16 man. We have a few runs here, which you guys seeing right now. We done all of it. We managed to get world first and the second, or the first boss. What we managed to get everything else, server first and stuffs like that on the operation. So here is the actual Coral page, what you're seeing right now. As you guys seeing now, it's highly PvP based. I'm gonna tell you a little bit more behind that, but I wanted to go for the guild progression. As you see, Eternity Vault, Story mode, World 13, European second, server first. This is 16 men, all of them. Hard mode, World 6th, European first, servers first. Nightmare mode, World 14, European 7th, server first. I wasn't in for this in that time, so I wasn't in on the main team. But I was in for the hard mode and the nightmare mode for this ones. So story mode, world second, European second, server first. Hard mode, world first, European first, server first. Nightmare mode, world 10th, European 5th, server first. And as you're seeing it right now, the last time when we done it was 30th of January, and the next content was on April. So it's pretty much 3 months has been done. Done in the past few months. There was a new contents and stuff like that, but not like operations, so we not managed to do anything. But as you're seeing right now, I was in the main team for the hard and the nightmare mode, and for these ones as well. And this one, as you might see, just pretty bad. We managed to get the server first on hard mode, but on European 8th, like, that is not that good, and world 35th, but back in the day, I was really proud, and I'm still actually really proud. Like, don't know how many guilds are trying to do this on 16 man. You cannot imagine. There was a lot of guilds who are winning, probably like more in the time when it launched, probably more than 100 teams. When the Nova came, it was probably like 60 or 70 guilds, which was still not that bad, or not that good either, but still it was managed to do it. But after we done explosive conflict, between the time the Nova came and the Terror from Beyond, there was a lot of things have been changed. First of all, the server merges came, so we find out new people. The Voss World Boss came, which was the Nightmare program, and we managed to find an interesting loyal or ally guild, which was called Friendly Fire, and we saw that guild, and we have started to afraid like this guild has the potential to, have our competition. So we realized it, and we started to have an ally with them, and pretty much we were the better guild still in that time. So Coral was the better guild, and we managed to make a conversation where we can ally and start killing Night Pilgrim together. And those Imperials, because we were in the PvP server, those Imperials who wanted to, just have fun and screw our raid, the other guild managed to defend, and after that there was like a whole PvP came out, and a lot of cries and stuff like that for the Empire side. It was so much fun. I have a couple of footages for that as well. A good old friend just recorded that as well. That was so much fun, for sure. But as I said, when between the time the Nova and Terror from Beyond, there was again not much content, and the guild decided to, obviously they wanted to get in to hard mode, but there was not a lot of people who wanted to jump into again 60-man Terror from Beyond. So we decided to go 8-man if we can. We managed to do the first 2 bosses pretty fast, and that was probably, or not probably, that was the second last time when we raid together, because the next day we just managed to do all of the stuff on story mode, and that was the last raid ever for Coral, because the guild has decided to that's not gonna be enough. Like 8-man is it's not good, even though we were 16-man. I mean, 8-man progression is fun, but not less fun as 16-man. And I said, okay, then what you guys wanted to do? Kevin, who became a leader for the guild, decided to, he wanted to go for a PvP-oriented guild now, and wanted to focus on the ranked war zones instead of the PvE content. And I was like, okay, I might gonna give a try, but I'm not happy with the idea. And the guild roster, what you're seeing right now on the screen, is right here. So pretty much, I'm here. This is my smuggler back in the day, and so on and on. I decided to go for this to see how it goes, and I managed to get a pretty good friend of mine, like really close friend as well. His name is Indy. Indy became one of those guys when you were just sometimes non-stop talking and non-stop playing. And I don't know how is this happening in gaming, but I know for a fact when you're starting to getting know more of the people, you're gonna get some kind of connection. And this guy got the connection as well. So this guy Indy became one of my closest friends in gaming in general. We don't know each other in real life because he lived in the UK, and obviously I'm living in Hungary. But we were just still talking, watching a lot of SWTOR oriented stuffs, or playing, or we were just talking about other games in general. We were just really close friends. Unfortunately, that is, as soon as he quit it, we stopped. Sometimes talked. Don't get me wrong, but not all the time because of we started to grow up. We had jobs and stuffs like that, so we not managed to have all the times to talk and etc. But hopefully that will change sometime soon in the future. But anyway, on to the point. I was really having fun on this PvP side, but I still wanted to go in for the PvE one. And the guild what we talked about, or I talked about earlier, the Friendly Fire, decided to make an agreement about how about we merge the two guilds together, because their people is starting to quit a lot of times, and I said, I'm not quite sure if I wanted to go for that one, but I mean, we'll see. And I started to talk about the guild. I mean, our guild members. What about if we merge the two guilds and you can have fun in your ranked war zones there, and sometimes you can come along and PvE with us, or just, I don't know. Half of the guild decided to stay, and half of the guild decided to move. So the guild are potentially starting to split up. So we, including myself, I joined Friendly Fire. Indy later on joined Friendly Fire, and so on and on and on. But in total, this has been one of the best guilds I've been joined in all of my gaming experience. Not just in Tor, but in general gaming wise. I had a lot of fun guilds, but this one was really good. I've done 2 events for this guild. I wanted to go particular on it. The first one was like a searching event when I put it a specific hint, and he needed to link the actual item if it's right or not. It's kind of like a trivia, but not that kind of a trivia. And as soon as he got all of the items, he needed to trade to me, find me, and I give him one of the prizes which he won. And the second one was a dueling contest, which pretty much we went into Narshada and duel. I have a footage for that one, which was one of the best battles, which was Calculus versus Kevin, our leader. That was so much fun for that time. But other than that, I decided to go in and play with Friendly Fire. And oh boy, what has happened there? You're gonna wait for that one.